The World Report on Disability, published in 2011, has it that 25 million Nigerians have at least one disability. Since this publication, the number of disabled people in Nigeria has increased over the years. However, physical, visual, intellectual and hearing impairments are very common. Welcome to this edition of Ability Plus, a program of NTA meant to address the challenges facing persons living with disabilities, PLWDs, for the purpose of creating a higher sense of inclusion for them. On today's edition, we will discuss the disabled and information dissemination, have a little teaching on sign language, music to spice your day, news and more. I am Janet Mohammed. Do stay tuned. Proper information enables right thought, decision-making, confidence and responsible behavior. When information is poorly disseminated, especially when the security of lives and property are involved, it can lead to death and destruction. This also applies to the disabled who may not be able to hear, see, or even run during times of crisis. What's obtainable in Nigeria? Suleiman Abdul Mumin, Chairman FCT Joint National Association of Persons with Disability, has this to say.
Information itself is very powerful, but unfortunately it don't flow around the community of people with disability. You see, personally as a deaf person, when we are watching news, we don't hear, no interpreting. The blind can't see the television, but they listen with their ears. For cripple, they are able to see in some situation where the light went off. To some point, government is trying. There are only hiccups on the way. It is Freedom of Information Bill, which is now signed by the federal government. That means every citizen have right for access information.
The disabled are human beings with special needs that, if not properly met, can lead to depression and dejection. When these ones are not properly informed, their decisions and behaviors might go against laid down rules. What are ordinary Nigerians saying about how information are passed across to the disabled? The non-disabled might have their views about how the disabled are treated with respect to information dissemination. But how does the disabled feel about information dissemination in their world? Here is Sunday Boniface of the FCT Joint Association of Persons with Disability.
Actually, in Nigeria here, I would say that the government is not really helping, most especially in the disability community, in facilitating information dissemination. Like, as you can see, in picture, how many secondary school, tertiary institution, or even down to primary school, that do we have either interpreter or the facility for visual impaired person? So actually it's a great limitation when it comes to information dissemination in the disability community.
In Nigeria, information is disseminated through various channels, and most of these channels do not make provision for the disabled. Handbills with important information most times are printed without considering the blind who cannot read. Adverts and announcements are made on television without signing them for the benefit of the deaf. Most buildings are constructed without proper signposts put in place for the disabled. Even public transportation services, such as announcements of bus stops, are made without putting them into consideration. Mr. Lawrence Idemudia, Chief Social Welfare Officer, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, speaks on how this gap could be bridged.
Thank you very much. Well, it depends on how you look at it, because there are different types of disability. Physically challenged, for example, can hear, can see. No be hard for them. The blind can hear, but cannot see. So, a little problem there. And for me, as a deaf person now, I can't hear. I can only see. Now, television, for example, is like decoration in my own home, because the captioning are not current. No interpreter. So it's just like watching picture roll by, roll by, roll by. I don't know what is happening in the nation. If a new book is out now, how will the blind be able to read it immediately? We have to change it to Braille before they can get it. Newspaper too, so that is what we feel. But I know that Article 21 of the United Nations Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities specifically says that we should have access to information in a usable and accessible format. Not well practiced in Nigeria as at the moment. Make provision for everyone based on their need. For the deaf to be fully carried along, we need sign language interpreter. We need captions that are current in television. For example, if a deaf pregnant woman should go to the hospital now, how will she communicate with the doctor? So an interpreter has to be there to bridge the gap. First of all, they have to train Braillists, and sign language interpreter. Not only train, but to be employed in various ministry, departments, and agencies. So that anywhere, anytime that a deaf man comes up, they will have a sense of belonging. Those of us who are working in office will need to have special assistants like sign language interpreter for me, braille transcriber for the blind. So this will help. In television and all other networks, the government need to see how they can put interpreters there who will bridge communication gap for deaf people. And then let them know what is happening in Nigeria. Because when you have emergency now, like in the Northeast, the deaf cannot hear, and before you know, it's a victim of circumstances which can be managed. You are welcome.
Welcome back. One unique thing about the disabled in most cases is that they are specially gifted in one thing or the other. Some are good with arts. Others are good motivational speakers. Some find joy in dancing, and they can do it so well. Enjoy this display.
DJ Spino, Davido, one day go. They wanna know. Bí mo ṣe lọ́lá, bí mo ṣe lówó, they wanna know. Bí mo ṣe kọ́lé, bí mo ṣe fresh, ọmọdé wanna know.
NigerFlavor.com.
Ọmọdé wanna know. Kékeré mo ti ń gbowó, àbókí wá sáré ṣòwò. Mo dàgbà mo tún ṣáwó, owó ti dé náwó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Ọ̀jẹ̀ sí olóde, ọmọdé olóde, ọ̀dọ́mọdé olóde.
These wonderful coordinated dance steps display were made by Deaf Afro Mime Troupe of Nigeria. When it comes to singing, the disabled are unarguably exceptional. Let's enjoy this piece done by Cobhams Asoko, titled NT.
I'm swimming against the current, swimming against the current. I think I need you. I need you. Trying so hard to finish, trying so hard to finish. Strong, but I need you. I need you. I'm trying to make sense of it, trying to make sense of it all, but I can't, and that's the truth. How? 'Cause you're all I've ever needed, you're all I've ever needed, but I don't know the truth. Oh, you are my star.
Cobhams Asoko is a visually impaired Nigerian musician, songwriter, and producer. Since 1999, he has been active in the Nigerian music industry. Notably, he has produced a lot of renowned music artists such as Dare at Alade, Asha, Banky W, Omawumi, Waje, Timi Dakolo, and many others. Cobham Sasoko and others like him who have been contributing to our national development through weightlifting, para-soccer, football, shot put, and many other types of sports, are uniquely gifted and very intelligent. These ones cannot be left out of the scheme of things by not being properly informed. It's go time. Learning how to communicate is very important, as it can save one's life and that of others. Therefore, we will spend the next few seconds teaching you sign language. To stay tuned.
Welcome to Sign Language class. Today, we will teach you a little about communication in sign language. My name is Ogechi. Communication will teach you some. First, hi or hello. Or if you see someone, you can tell, how are you? Another greeting, welcome. Welcome. If it's in the morning, good morning. Good morning. If it's in the afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon. And if it's in the evening, good evening. Let's go again. Good evening. And if it's in the night, good night. And if you're saying goodbye, goodbye. That's all we'll have for today. So I'm saying goodbye till the next time.
Hope you learned something new today. Quote of the day. It's time for news tidbits.
Hello viewers, welcome to Ability Plus News in Sign Language. My name is Uche, signed as UU. Program held by the Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, D1, recently in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. With the theme, Stop Sexual Violence Against Deaf Women and Girls. Among the stakeholders and representatives present were the U.S. Embassy, the Nigeria Police Force, and the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP. The meeting created awareness that human trafficking is a crime. Moving over to the disabled community. A protest was staged by people living with disability, demanding that federal government and the members of the National Assembly provide the missing disability bill and pass it into law without further delay. That's all we have on this news segment. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
It is here that we draw the curtain on today's edition of Ability Plus, in which we had a great time looking at the disabled and information dissemination, learned sign language, and enjoyed some music and dance. Do join us next time for a fresh edition of Ability Plus. I am Janet Mohammed. I am deaf and proud. For now, I will leave you with this dance done by Deaf Afro Mime Troupe of Nigeria. Goodbye.